Hello everyone, welcome. I'm glad you're here. I'm going to be sharing a Thanksgiving look with you today, or really a look that I think would be appropriate for any sort of family gathering. I was thinking I wanted a look that would be long wearing, good coverage and look nice in pictures, but also something that to see it in person and being face to face with a lot of people would look kind of natural. Definitely working in some berry with this look, and I also loved doing kind of a lighter take on a deep berry lip. So I'll show you how I did that with this video. So thanks in advance for spending a little time with me today, and I hope you enjoy this look. Starting out with my e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer. This was something I mentioned in the e.l.f. Products Worth Trying video, and I really am liking this primer a lot. I feel like it's good for adding, just a little bit of hydration to the skin, which is kind of rare with this kind of primer, but it also just makes the whole texture of my skin very silky soft. And then for Thanksgiving, I'm going to want good coverage in my foundation. I want something that's going to look good in pictures, but you're going to be seeing a lot of people in person, so you want it to look natural on the skin, and you want to have good staying power so you're not worrying about touching up. So Rimmel Lasting Finish is the one that kind of fits that criteria for me right now. And just in terms of the shade in my collection that's really suiting my skin tone, soft beige is perfect at the moment. So as I do, I kind of patch this around on my skin real quick. And I'm kind of returning to my love for flat top brushes for buffing and foundation. This one's from Sonia Kashuk. It's a number 4. It's not super big, but it does do a really nice job of blending in the foundation. So I'm just going to buff that in all over, and where I want a little bit better coverage, I'm not going to do so much buffing. I'll do more kind of like a stipple or tap over the skin, like around the under eye. Oh man, I can still see a sheet mark, or a mark from my pillowcase. I was sleeping hard, which is good because I was not sleeping hard the night before. Then I need to do a little brightening around the under eye, so I'm going to use my Pixie Correction Concentrate, the one with the green cap like that. This is just a really nice peachy tone corrector, so you want to use this over the areas where you've got like the bluish tone discoloration, or age spots, sunspots. It works well on top of that type of thing also. But I kind of use interchangeably Benefit Erase Paste, my Bobbi Brown corrector, and Bisque. Any of those seem to do a similar job, just slightly different consistencies. And honestly, when I'm in kind of a hurry, I just throw that on, and then I put my skin tone concealer directly on top of that. And I find that the combination of the two just really gives the coverage that I'm after, and I just blend them all together. So I'm going to use my Urban Decay Naked Skin concealer that I mentioned in my haul. This is in the shade Light, and I'm not going to use a ton of this since the corrector really is pretty good coverage wise, but just a few little dots around here, and I need a little coverage around the nose. And then continuing to experiment with more Sonia Kashuk brushes. This is the number 2, and I believe it's actually like an eye blender type brush, but I actually really think it's great for concealer. So I'm just tapping over where I applied the product here. Oh, thank you, concealer. Instantly noticing so much more brightness. So I kind of maintain the coverage just by tapping this around the nose as well. And then I'm just going to do a little light under eye setting powder. I'm actually using this powder from my Sonia Kashuk Hidden Agenda Compact. I guess I could have used that concealer if I was thinking. But just dabbing that around. This is my Smashbox brush, the number 10. And much like with that Sonia Kashuk brush, if you've got like oversized eye brushes, try them for your concealer or your under eye setting powder. Chances are they could be a perfect size for you there if you feel like they're too large for eyeshadow. And then I'm just going to lightly set all over the face with my L'Oreal True Match powder in Buff Beige, e.l.f. Studio Complexion brush. I've been reaching for this powder all the dang time since I purchased it. It's just, I don't know, it's just a great all-purpose, lightweight powder. It's nice for touch-ups as well, but just to set your foundation. And this foundation doesn't need a whole heck of a lot of help, but it's just a quality powder. What can I say? I love it. So liking the look, but I'm feeling very flat and matte all over my face, so I'm going to bring in a little bit of a glowy bronzer. This is Too Faced Sun Bunny. 2 sides, you can use both sides if you want to. I'm just gonna lightly take this around my forehead, and I'm just taking a teeny bit of that darker side And just kind of taking it right there under the cheekbone for a soft contour. And then while I'm on the Too Faced train, I'm going to use my Pink Leopard. This is actually a bronzer, but I think it's a blush, definitely. No, it's called Blushing Bronzer, if I want to be accurate. And I do feel like this gives kind of a rosy bronze glow. Kind of a neutral type blush, but you can definitely see that hint of rosiness coming through it. So it's perfect for this kind of a look where we're going to go with a darker lip. Now, when I was doing my haul video on brands I haven't tried before, I had mentioned a couple of Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks. One was the Bond Girl shade, which I love. The other is Glastonbury, and this is that one that has the potential to be very, very deep and dark, and a lot of you said, I want to see that on. So this is one of the matte lipsticks. I think this is a great formula, and I am actually going to apply a little bit of this with a lip brush. And I'm doing this now because I think it kind of helps set the tone for the eye look, but these feel so velvety on the lips, and you know, a little bit drier obviously than a cream lipstick since they are matte, but a very lightweight, easy to wear matte. And I wouldn't normally consider wearing a dark lip to a big eating fest, but honestly the staying power on this is really good. I'm wearing it a little bit lighter, you know, I'm not really putting it full on thick color, and it's matte, not shiny, so it really does kind of adhere to the lips. I don't worry about it drifting outside the lip line. This shade is so beautiful. I love the amount of purple in this berry shade. It makes it different from a lot of the reddish berries that I own, which are the vast majority of the, excuse me, concealed burp. There's another Thanksgiving tip, by the way, how to burp in a subtle way. I am spending a long time on this, but I'm enjoying every moment of it. This is a pleasure to put on, but I am keeping it just a little lighter in the center of the lower lip, but I'm loving this effect. Deeper shades worn sheer. It's a beautiful look on the lips. Then I'm just going to do a bit of a brow fill-in with my Maybelline, what is this called? Brow Satin. The label's totally wearing off. I'm just using the pencil side here to even things out a bit. And then the other end is a little like sponge tip that goes into some powder. I just tend to add a little bit of powder toward the outside part of the brow, not too much. I love this brow product though. I feel like this is one of those brow things that I'm going to completely use up. And speaking of used up, I feel like my NYX Control Freak brow gel is on its last legs, and I found that I had one of these e.l.f. Wet Gloss Lash and Brow. So I think either side you could pretty much use for your brow. I'm not doing a whole lot of clear mascara on the lashes these days. But this is actually a quality little clear gel if you need one. It's only $2. It doesn't have quite as much hold as my Control Freak, but it'll do. I wonder if this amount of lip color would even transfer off on my mug. You know, hardly at all. Just barely transfers off. That's nice to know too. For eyes, doing a little primer here, little sample size Urban Decay Primer Potion because I haven't gotten my Milani repurchased yet. Sometimes when I'm editing, I look back on my tutorials and I'm like, wow, during the tutorial you sounded kind of tired. And then I'm thinking, well, you probably only had a few sips of coffee so far and are going on about 5 hours of sleep, so makes sense, right? I'm also going to take this opportunity to apply a little bit of a light shade to my lower inner rim. This is my Milani Almond Cream. I feel like they're looking especially pink today. And then I really don't want my eyes to be too crazy intense. I say that before I start. We'll see how it ends up. But I knew I wanted to pull in my Visart Dark Matte palette because, you know, the berry shades. But I also want something a little lighter as well, and I just have my IT Cosmetics The Naturally Pretty Travel Palette must-haves right here. So what I think I'll do is just use a little bit of this lightest shade and just kind of, whoa, oh man, I just totally stamped that whole palette on my black pants. I'm gonna take a picture of this so you can see. Yep, that happened. Heck, I'm gonna snap that. I don't want anybody to take offense, but I don't wear my nice black pants for these occasions. Nobody sees them anyway, right? So, okay, that light shade, whew, going all over the lid. This is just my Sonia Kashuk medium shadow brush that I'm using here. And then for just a light crease color, I'm going to use this shade called Inspire. and my E25. A nice mauve crease color, don't mind if I do. Then I'm using my little Makeup Academy crease brush. I got this from CVS and I love it. And this shade was my plan right here. And I'm just going to put that shade here in the crease and just deepen up the berry, you know? I'm kind of picturing a hint of winged liner coming up under this, so I think this will look nice. I guess the lighter application you do with this kind of a shade, the more reddish tone comes out of it. So just keep that in mind. Now just above that, I'm gonna go crazy with a little bit of this orange. Actually, I'm not gonna go crazy. I'm just gonna use it lightly, just right over the border. Little bit of some orangey shades. And dang, it's hard to go subtle with that. I'm blending over it now with a bare brush. A little bit over here. Just up over the border of the berry. Then I'm going to use this nice little in-betweener brush, my e.l.f. blending brush, go back to my light shade here, and just kind of place this up under the brow. Make it a little blended border between that and the orange. Going to do a little bit of Milani or Jordana Color Envy liquid liner. This is in Black Envy. This is the shade I purchased like 3 of. It's so annoying. Like at first they were selling this in Walgreens, and so they sucked me in, got me to love the product, and then when I want more, no more Walgreens. I got to go to jordanacosmetics.com. So little wing here, just kind of want it to fall in line with the shape of the shadow. Do you ever take a picture of your eyeshadow in progress, looking down and see, like, okay, is everything blended properly? Like, how does that all come together? I need just a little better blend in the crease right over here. And then we're going to curl the lashes. Just had a slight little panic there when I couldn't find my supersizer. I love my CoverGirl Supersizer mascara. Apply that here to the upper lashes. Oh, love this mascara. This is a fresh tube. This is one of those mascaras that I like right off the bat. You know, there are a lot that just get a little bit better with time, you know? This is one where it's good the whole way through. Oh, running out of memory card space. Lovely. I guess that's the price you pay for being a video shooting machine. I really could be happy with just the coat of mascara there, but because I want to be fancy, I'm going to put on lashes. I got a fresh set of my Cocoa 201s, which I love. They're a great kind of everyday lash, so I'm going to put those on and then join you with the finished look. Alright, now we got lashes on. I did do a little bit of lower lash mascara just to kind of balance things out there, but I'm really happy with the finished look, and this is my first time doing any sort of curl on my shorter hair. I used my wand, my Remington T Studio Pearl, the smaller of the 2 wands that I have, and just kind of went all over. I don't know, I think it works. And my little sweater, by the way, it's a longer sweater, so it works great with leggings, and it's got these buttons down the sleeve. I've had this for a few years, and I have loved it so much. But I hope you guys like this look. I hope you all have a wonderful Thanksgiving and safe travels if you're going to be going somewhere. I love you guys so much. I'm so thankful for your viewership, and I will see you again soon. Bye.